everybody, welcome back to Sticky Floor Friday, the internet movie show that walked out of The Hangover 2. When it was over. I don't walk out of movies, come on. Now, yes, it was a total carbon copy of the original. There's way too much Ken Jeong, and that Mike Tyson cameo at the end is embarrassingly bad, but I can't deny it. I laughed pretty consistently at the movie. And, what can I say? Zach Galifianakis is still hilarious, and there's a monkey who smokes. And that made me laugh. Sorry. Alright, let's get to the big movie coming out this week. It is X-Men First Class. Now, after a disappointing trilogy capper and an even more depressingly disappointing Wolverine spin-off, they're wiping the slate relatively clean and rebooting with a new origin story. Now, I've been notoriously difficult on the marketing for this movie, but deservedly so. The posters were more first grade than first class, and the trailers have failed to inspire any sort of excitement. But I've been tough on it for a reason. I have always been an X-Men fan. Ever since I was a kid, I've been collecting this comic. And for a long time, I considered X2 to be the greatest comic book movie of all time, until The Dark Knight came along. Which brings us to X-Men Muppet Babies. Or First Class. And I saw this last night at a midnight screening with a packed crowd, and it completely delivers. Matthew Vaughn directs this movie with a sure hand, and he walks a fine line between a tense story set against the backdrop of the Cuban Missile Crisis and a lot of campy moments involving Kevin Bacon. But it's clear that was done on purpose, because you can look at any frame in this movie and know that Matthew Vaughn had a vision, and he totally accomplishes it. He even makes a training montage seem new and exciting. The performances are also top-notch. This is McAvoy and Fassbender's film. They drive this whole thing, and it's the reason it's so compelling. And on top of it, they're just so damn cool.
Killing will not bring you peace. Peace was never an option.
There are plenty of nods to the original trilogy with a few great, fully satisfying cameos. One in particular was a complete surprise, caught everybody off guard, and got the biggest reaction of the night easily. You'll know it when you see it. Now, there are some negatives to this movie. They take a few too many liberties with the X-Men storylines, not just in the movies, but in the comic books too. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to be disappointed in some of the mutant selections. Also, Emma Frost is really nothing more than diamonds and boobs. She looks like a fembot, which I guess isn't really a negative, but at the same time, I think her character could have been so much more. And, just like in horror movies, the Black Mutant is the first to die. In fact, all of the Teen Mutants get short shrift here, but I guess that's okay. This really isn't their movie. This is Professor X and Magneto's story. And if there was anything I wanted more from this movie, it was a showdown between these two. And we never really got that. In fact, a lot of the times, Professor X is just relegated to the sidelines, rubbing his temple and crinkling his forehead a little bit. But none of that is enough to override the positives. X-Men First Class rejuvenates a dead comic book franchise by being exactly what a comic book is. Bold, entertaining, campy, colorful, and carrying a message. I give it a thumbs up, everybody, for rock and roll!
Thumbs up, everybody!
Alright.
For rock and roll!
Alright, time for 3 questions. Number 1, now that The Hangover 2 is out, did you see it and did you laugh? Number 2, X-Men First Class, what are your thoughts? And number 3, Candyland is being made into a movie. Pitch me a board game with a plot that would make a terrible movie, and I'll pick the best one and read it at the beginning of next week's episode. Go!
Everybody, I know you can believe in yourself. If you believe